Hi, and welcome to the Teagan and Mack blog. My name is Lisa Craddy, and I'm going to talk to you today about the organic industry. And I'd like to do a series in my blogs, just a little bit about the organic industry every video that we do. And today really just talk about a global overview of what is organic cotton, why should we even care about it, and what makes it different from regular cotton clothes. So we're going to talk about two main aspects. Number one, that the clothing themselves are better for you and your children. And number two, the environmental aspects that go along with conventional cotton farming. So don't worry, we'll try to make this interesting and also a great learning opportunity for people who don't know about the cotton side of things. You know, a lot of people can grasp why we don't want pesticides on our food. We're eating our food. But why does that translate over into clothing? Well, let's start by talking about the actual clothing. So my company is focused on babies, so that's the angle that I take when I'm thinking about organic cotton, is with baby sensitive skin. But this can really translate into adult clothing, children's clothing of any kind. So keep that in mind. Here's why I decided to make my line an organic line rather than a regular conventional cotton line. And that's because one of the aspects is that baby skin is more sensitive than our own skin. They can develop rashes easily, and a lot of parents have said, and I've heard parents say, that when they switch their children, if they have particularly sensitive skin, when they switch them to organic wear, it actually really helped clear up the irritation that they had. So that's one of the issues. Organic cotton clothing is made completely without chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and that's in the cultivation of the cotton. So it takes away those potential irritants to your skin. Now, because it's grown without all of these pesticides, it's friendlier to the earth, and it can be a lot softer. In fact, it is a lot softer. You'll notice that when you touch an organic cotton onesie as opposed to a regular cotton onesie, there's a difference, and that's because cotton is really beaten up before it becomes a fabric for us to work with. It's bleached, it's all gone through all kinds of chemical processes and the dyeing and everything. So by the time it comes to us, it's really been run through the mill. And this causes it to last a shorter period of time too. So you'll find that organic cotton clothing lasts longer through your washing after washing, which again, of course, is important with baby clothes, as we all know how much we wash them. Now, adults can also suffer from sensitive skin issues, but for the vast majority of us, we throw on a cotton shirt, we're not going to break out in a rash over it. So if you're an adult, is there any reason to consider organic cotton? And I would say you bet there is, and the reason for that is because of the environmental aspects. So let's talk about that now. The environmental aspects of conventional cotton farming is they're known as the world's dirtiest crop, and a lot of people don't know that. But conventional cotton farming, it basically it uses 11% of the chemical pesticides and fertilizers, but it's only grown on 2.4% of the global arable land. So it's using a lot more pesticides per land than other crops are using. According to the Organic Exchange, and the Organic Exchange is a charitable organization that's committed to expanding knowledge in the organic agriculture, and they have a special focus on cotton. So according to them, they say that it takes about 1/3 of a pound of chemical pesticides and fertilizers to make just one t-shirt. Now if you think about that, that translates into approximately 320 million pounds of pesticides and chemical pesticides and fertilizers that are being poured into the earth every single year. So what happens when all these pesticides are poured into the earth? Well, they're absorbed by the cotton first of all, so we get to see it again in residual pesticides in our clothing. This eventually washes out, this is true, but our skin is like an open organ that's constantly absorbing everything that touches it. And we have so many chemicals that are going in every single product that we use. I don't think it's a big stretch to say that the reason we have an increase in cancer and all of these diseases is because of something that we're potentially doing to ourselves. Now, can we prove a link between that and pesticides in cotton, or pesticides in chemicals in shampoos and things like that? No, this is very difficult to prove. But is it feasible? I think that it is. Secondly, when you're buying organic cotton, you're helping our farmers. The farmers that cultivate this are working in these chemicals and pesticides all day long, every day. And they're having health problems as a result of it, or in certain cases, it's even caused death in the farmers. Now, 7, I believe, out of 15 of the pesticides and fertilizers that are used in conventional cotton farming, according to the Organic Trade Association, are either known, possible, probable, or likely carcinogens. Yikes! That is a lot. 7 out of 15 of them are possible or known carcinogens. And so you farmers are taking this in every day, and it's very dangerous to them. Whereas in organic cotton farming, they use natural pesticides and fertilizers in order to maintain their crops. So they're bringing in manure, they're bringing in pests in order to take care of the other bugs that come into the crops, and they balance each other out. There's a lot of different things that they can do. Organic farms also use less of our Earth's resources, and cotton uses a vast amount of water. Of course, organic cotton uses water too, but it is possible to sustain an organic farm on rain-fed water. Now, this is not possible for every single organic farm, but it's been publicized that in developing countries, most of the organic cotton is rain-fed, and this comes from a survey that's done. And just by the way, as a side note, when our website is up and running, I'm going to have a page on the organic cotton industry on our website, and you can always check there for all the footnotes on where I'm getting all of these facts from, so I encourage you to do that too. So what happens is all these chemicals are poured into the environment. The water is irrigated, and then there's runoff from the farms. The water runs off and it runs into our waterways. Yes, it contaminates our drinking water. And so we find that pesticides get into the drinking water. That continues on down into our oceans, and it creates aquatic dead zones, like you'll see in the Gulf of Mexico, where there's vast areas of water where no life can live. It has been robbed of its oxygen. So you can see that conventional cotton farming is not so friendly to the earth. Organic cotton has a lot of stringent rules and regulations that they need to follow in order to be certified organic. And so I recommend when you're shopping for organic clothing, really make sure that you're buying certified organic cotton so that you know you're getting what you're paying for. Supporting organic farming benefits both you, your children, the farmers who are cultivating it, and the environment. So it's really a win-win-win-win type of situation. So should we go home and throw out all of our conventional cotton clothes and buy all new organic clothing? No, of course not. That's not sustainable living either. But what I'm asking you to do is the next time you do need something and you go out to purchase it, consider something organic. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing your comments on the topic.